Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to this online meeting. Today, we're going to talk about how you can motivate your employees. First, I would like to know what motivates you. Flexible working hours is a personal motivator for me. Alan, what motivates you?
For me, it's very important that you set goals that are achievable, because if you can't achieve your goals, it will have the opposite effect, and that will lead to demotivation. So you always have to set goals that are achievable, because when you achieve them, you are more motivated to do another goal, and so you will work your way up.
Okay. Famke, what motivates you?
One of my motivators is that I can use my creativity and that I don't have to follow a lot of guidelines.
Okay, and Astrid, what's yours?
Well, it's the same as Famke said. I like to have a lot of space and not so many rules, so that I can let my creativity go and set my own deadlines and work on my own.
Okay, and Alke?
What really motivates me is that people explain what's the purpose of the things that I'm doing, so that I'm not doing things that aren't important or aren't really necessary to achieve my goal. And also, working flexible is a really motivator for me, because I think it's something positive that you can choose when you want to work and when you just do something.
Okay, and last, Theo?
I think it's very important that I get well paid. So that's my motivation.
Excuse me, I didn't understand the last one.
What?
That I will get my motivation.
Okay, so another question, what do you think that companies use or do to motivate their employees? Somebody that has an idea? Yeah, Alke? Alan, you can go afterwards.
Okay. I think that companies organize social events and really contribute to their employees and really make a social aspect besides working, because when you're socially engaged about something, you will try harder and do better work.
I have the same opinion. Yes, I have the same opinion, because when you create social events, it will help to get employees get to know each other better, and when you know each other better, it is worth them to come to work. So I think that's a great motivator to create social events, but it's also important for a company to create a friendly work environment, because your employees spend a huge time of their lives working in their offices. So you should try to create a pleasant atmosphere as an employer. And it's also important to create a positive workplace, because great workplaces can help motivating employees. Happy employees tend to be more productive, so it's better for your company.
Okay, I think I'm going to say something.
I think that an open environment is very important, that employees have the feeling that the boss respects them and that they can do whatever they like working on, and they are not strictly keeping between lines.
Okay, Cleo?
I agree with Alan. It's very important to foster collaboration within the team. And I also agree with Famke. I think the employer has to show appreciation to the work of the employee.
Okay, first Astrid and then Alan.
Okay, I totally agree with Cleo. I wanted to say the same. It's really important that employees get appreciated for their work. So appreciation is a very important thing, especially for me. It really motivates me, or I think also other people, when your boss says, "Hey, you did a good job," or your work is very good. So appreciation is very important.
Yes, I think the same. It's very important to recognize your employees, but not only in a group, but also on an individual base, like sending an email, like good job, or talking to them, because when you do this, the employee will feel valued, and that leads to more motivated employees that will work harder. So it's very important to show your recognition.
Okay, Cleo?
I also think it's nice when an employer gives an opportunity for the employee, an opportunity for self-development, so they can manage their talent.
Okay, Astrid?
Well, about those talents, I also think it's really important that employees can develop their talents. So I think it's really important that their tasks are adjusted to what they can do and what they like to do and what they are good at, so that they can develop their skills and their talents even more.
Okay.
I think on the other hand, that if you listen to your employees and to their ideas, that they might say useful things, and if they can work on ideas they brought in, it might be a benefit for your company.
Okay. And does somebody want to add something to this? Okay, Alan, then Astrid.
I think another motivator for employees can be like education or training to become more skilled. And it's also good for your company, because when your employees are more skilled, they know more, so they have a better updated technology and stuff. So it's very good for your employees, but also for the company. And when you put trainings like this in for a day, you also create loyalty for your employees.
Astrid?
Okay, so about what Femke said, it's also a good idea that employees can bring out their own ideas in the company. It mostly are some different ideas and things that the employer would never thought of, and also it's a great loyalty towards the company, because when employees can implement their ideas, they feel more connected to the company, and also they feel more appreciated.
That's true. And what do you think of money as a motivator? Somebody?
Okay.
Cleo?
I think it's very important, because if you get a low wage, that's not a motivation, because you have we have a problem, I think.
No, we don't have problem. Can I say something?
Yeah, Alan?
And personally, I think it's also, like Leo said, important to get a good loan, but I think it's not good as a company to give rewards, because when you give a reward, the feeling won't last. You won't have a good feeling after 2 weeks anymore, because sometimes when you get a reward, you don't remember why you got it. So personally, I think that incentives work better. Incentives are like a good or a service. And because incentives work to make you work harder, and that would make the company more successful. And incentives work better than art because they provide a lasting reminder and a reward doesn't.
Okay, Cleo, did you understand it?
No, but I understand the first thing she said, and I agree with this. But I don't think they should. I don't think they should pay you more money if you do something well. But I also don't think they have to punish you when you do something that's not okay. So.
Okay. Astrid?
Well, I think that money that is a good motivator, but you have to pay your employees enough money so that they are happy about their raise and that they want other things like incentives are a good thing, but not cash or not payment incentives. Incentives like a new car or something, that has nothing to do with cash. So I think that when you pay your employees good enough so that when they have a high raise, they won't argue about about the money, and they just, you can give them other incentives so that they work harder for that.
Okay, Femke?
I think that depends from employee to employee, because for some employees it will be important that there is enough money and they get a car or a laptop or a PC. But I think that for some employees it's important that they can grow in their job, that they have a career path within the company, and that motivates them more than money, I think.
Okay, Elke?
Yeah, I agree with Femke. I don't think that everyone is that materialistic and focused on money. Yes, money is important because you want to buy a house and buy food and that, but not everyone sees money as a motivator. I think it's much more important to give your employees the money they earn, so they just give them enough and then give them other incentives like allowances and so on. I think that you then really can motivate your people. Money is something, if you want someone 1,000 euros and the next month you give them a raise 1,500 euros, next month they again expect an amount of 1,500 euros, and maybe the month after that 2,000. So yeah, these are big numbers, but money is something. Yeah, if you want to give someone that amount of money, they always want to have that amount of money. They expect to have 1,500 euros, and that's normal for them. So I don't think any of this should be.
Okay, Astrid, then Astrid, Ellen?
I agree on what Femke said earlier, that for me also a career path is very important, and I think for a lot of young people, most of the time, like us, when we come out of school, we just get a job and we have to work ourselves up towards to more responsibilities, a higher pay raise, a better job. So I think a career path or the ability to grow more in your job or within the company that you work for, that is really important, especially for young people like us.
Okay, Alan?
I also agree with Femke and Astrid because we can't start as a CEO of a company or as a manager. So I think it's very important that we give, as a company, the opportunity to people to grow in their functions so they become better and they want to do more, they want to learn. So it's very important that you give them the chance, and it's also to recognize your employees. It's a little bit the same. But I also agree with Alfred, because when you get money as a reward sometimes, the people are happy for a moment, but afterwards, when they get a new reward in the same form, just like money, they always are going to expect more money when they get rewards, and when they get the same, when they get the same amount, they won't be motivated. They will say, "Oh, I had this amount of money the last time. I want more now." So I don't think it rewards money.
Okay, Femke?
I agree with you, Alan, but I think that, as I said earlier, that it depends from employee to employee. So it will be important that the HR manager does his job and listens to his employees, what they want, and how they can keep them motivated.
Yes, that's true.
Okay. Okay.
I agree with you, Femke, but I also think that as you manager, that you need to keep in mind that everyone wants to be paid equal for the same amount, for the same job they do. So that's also something they need to keep in mind, because if the other person gives more attention to money and the other to other incentives like journey or some extra a car or something, then that's this can, not everyone will be will be happy demand.
Okay. Alan?
I think that another motivator can be amenities. Amenities are like a gym on your work, or a cafeteria, or a daycare center. Because when I was younger, my mom worked at the government, and I could go with her to her work, and I could stay there the whole day in the day center. And for her, it was very easy to go to work and drop her kids at her work at the daycare center. So I think that's also a motivator, that you can take your kids with to your work and drop them at the daycare center.
So you mean that flexible working motivates people, or can motivate people?
But it's not flexible working. I mean that the daycare center is at your work. So there is a daycare center. Yeah.
I thought that the employer gave them time to drop their kids off at daycare. Okay.
No, it's at
No,
your
she
work.
needs something else.
Yes.
Cleo?
But I think flexible work hours are very important for people, because if they can't drop their kids of school or daycare, or I don't know, it's not nice for them.
Okay. First of all, I'm going back to earlier. So do you all agree with the fact that money is a motivator, but it's not the main motivator? Is that correct?
Yes. Money is the main.
No?
No. Money is the main motivator.
No, I don't think that's true.
Because I won't work if I don't get money.
No,
But
but
you
still,
get
with money.
you get money. But
Okay, not all at the same time. Okay, wait, Cleo. For instance, you have a lot of money, but you don't like your job. Then you're not motivated, or else.
no, you
I
wouldn't
will,
be happy.
I will quit that job but I will search another job that I like, and
So
get
money is
paid
not
well.
So money is a motivator, but it's not the main
Not a
motivator.
motivator, but it's important.
Okay. So and the other motivator, like flexible working hours, what do you think about that? Somebody? Okay.
I think that's a good motivator, just like the example that Franca said. It's also something that employees can think about, that people or mothers, for example, they get more time to drop their kids at school, because for many parents that's the issue, and can be motivated for the parents because they get to have the company decide to drop their kids and to get them back from school, so they don't need to bother grandmother and grandfather and
I think there's a problem with your sound.
Yeah, you are very quiet.
Yeah.
But Astrid, did you want to say something?
Yes, about those flexible working hours. I think flexible working hours are really good because when you when you have to get on your work, like on 8 o'clock, everybody is in traffic and always traffic jams, and it brings on a lot of stress. And then if you have to go to your work at 10 o'clock, all the traffic is gone, and you can drive in like a half an hour or 10 minutes to your work, and it reduces a lot of stress and also the whole traffic jam. So everybody should definitely have flexible working hours.
Yeah, I totally agree. Alan, what do you think?
I agree with Astrid because flexible working hours are nowadays very important because women who likes a career can do that now, and they can combine it with having kids and being a mom and being a housewife. Because when you have flexible working hours, you can choose a little bit when you work. You can go to your kids. You can plan all your activities in one. And if you don't have flexible working hours, there are a lot of people who are demotivated by that and choose for not working and for being a housewife and being a mom. So I think it's a very good opportunity to motivate women to work. And I think it's very good flexible working hours.
Okay, Cleo, what do you think? And then Femke?
I think flexible work hours and part-time workers can also follow their passions or dreams besides their work.
Okay.
Yeah, I think for creative people, it's also important they can go wherever they want and work there. For them, if they are not happy behind the desk, and that doesn't motivate them to work for it. So if they can go out, make a walk, go to a bar, they get more ideas. And if you allow that as a boss, as an employer, then your employee is happy.
Okay. Does somebody want Alan, yeah?
I just want to add something. I also think it's very important as a company to look after the well-being and the health of your employees. It's not only a motivator for your employees that they feel valued, they feel like their bosses care about their healthiness and so on, but it's also good for the company because when you take a proactive approach with well-being, you have a much better chance of preventing problems that otherwise lead to long-term illnesses. And when you look after the well-being and the health, it will lead to less stress, which is a motivator for the employees, and also it leads to less burnout. So it means when you have healthy employees and you look after the well-being, your employees would be more happy, would love to go to their work. And
okay. Does somebody want to ask this? No? Okay, yeah.
Yes. I saw on the news that in some companies, to keep their employees happy and motivated, they get a dog at the office, a pet. So the employees can often play with it, or during a pause, they can take him for a walk. What do you all think of that?
Oh, good idea.
That's a nice idea. Alan?
I think that's a very nice idea for the people who love pets, of course, because when I was in school, in the middle school, you could also take a pet with you for a week, and then everybody of the class could do that, and everybody was very happy to take the pet to school with them. So I think it also puts work in companies to have a pet, but you have to look after after all the employees, and when someone is allergic to dogs, you can't do that. I perceive.
It's true.
Okay, Theo, do you want to say something or?
What do they do with the dogs or the cats after their working hours?
Yeah.
I think as Alan said that some employees need to take him home and they change it now and then, I think.
But it's a good idea to take your pet with you because you can walk with your dog on the break. Because your dog is most of the day alone at home.
That's true.
Okay, so maybe a last question. If you were a manager, what would you do to motivate your staff?
I will pay them good.
Wait, first Astrid.
I would definitely appreciate my staff and motivate them by appreciation, and also a good work, flexible working hours, and give them a bit more responsibility so that they can work on their own project and that they all have a certain responsibility.
Okay, that's a good idea. Alan?
I agree with Astrid. I also would recognize my people so they will feel valued, and in that way they would love to work for me. But on the other hand, I would also set up some team building activities so they get to know each other better, the employees, and that will create a much better workplace, a much and pleasant atmosphere to work in when everybody gets along. So I think that's also a very important factor.
Okay, yeah, that's a good idea. Somebody else? Femke?
I think maybe I would make a competition every week, another competition, so that in their breaks they can do a little competition within the employees. I think that will be fun.
Yeah.
And the winner gets a badge or something.
Okay, Cleo?
I think that's not a good idea because I'm very competitive and I would hate my other colleagues if they are deluding me.
I
thought it would be fun. No?
Because
okay, then maybe it's a bad idea.
I think that when you set up a competition, it will bring stress because you think, I want to win, I want to be the best. And
no, just small puzzles and the first one who solves it. No, that won't motivate you.
No, there are a lot of people who are very competitive and they will be very, I want to win, so I don't think it's a good idea.
Okay.
Then first I would listen to my employees what they want, so.
Yeah, that would be a good idea. Cleo?
That's a better idea.
But a puzzle is very stressful. They have problems on their work, so in their breaks, they don't have to focus on other problems with the puzzle.
Okay, I never thought about it that way.
Okay, so can we make a conclusion or does somebody want to add something?
No.
Okay, so I think that we can conclude that it's very important to motivate your staff. It has advantages for employees, but also for the company. So sometimes with a little effort, like for instance, just asking the opinion of your employees, you reach a lot. So I would like to thank you for your time and your effort, and we will see each other soon. Bye.
Bye.
When is the other meeting? Is it next week at the same hour?
Yes.
I will send an email.
Yes.
With the same date and with the exact date. Okay.
Have a good afternoon.
Yes, okay.
Good afternoon.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.